Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our special orientation session. You are watching us live on our eVidya channels from 6 to 12. You are also watching us on our NCERT official, that is our YouTube channel, as well as NCERT Events YouTube channel. So we have 3 platforms for you where you are watching this special session, or I would say a special live program on orientation of stakeholders on Prashast mobile app. What exactly this mobile app is all about and why it is so relevant and important in today's scenario. We will talk about it. We will give you a demo of the app as well. About its features, you will be briefed in a while. But before that, let me tell you the ways through which you can connect us. Well, it is a very important mobile app for people with special needs. So there are a lot of questions, I'm sure, a lot of queries that you must be having right now. And if you want to get them sorted, you can definitely reach out to us. Our phone number is 8800 44059. This is our phone number, and in case you want to send us your comments and suggestions and feedback through our YouTube channel, you can go to both the YouTube channels and you can put your comments and suggestions there in the live chat box and you can connect with us instantly. There is another method to reach out to us. Well, if not YouTube, if not phone, then there is the email ID, and that is prashast.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Through this email ID, you can also share your feedback with us regarding this entire program. Now, before I introduce you all to my guest for today, it's very important to give you a brief about Prashast, what exactly it is. So it is a disability screening checklist for schools, and this is developed by Department of School Education and Literacy under Ministry of Education, Government of India. To throw light on the important highlights of this app, we have 2 eminent personalities in our studio. So let's introduce them to all of you. We are joined by Dr. Bharti Kaushik. Ma'am is Associate Professor from CIET NCERT New Delhi. Namaskar, ma'am. Welcome to the session.
Thank you.
We are also joined by Mr. Imran Khan. Sir is an app developer and also a national awardee teacher in the year 2018. Namaskar, sir. Welcome to the session.
Ji, namaste.
Right. And today, basically, we are focusing on the southern belt of the country. So we are focusing on certain states because we want to cover the entire nation, and we have already done that in the previous 3 sessions. And today, we are mainly focusing on West Bengal, Odisha, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and last but not the least, Pondicherry. So we all know that all the disability conditions are not visibly identifiable. Of course, you need expertise, you need a special kind of diagnosis to understand the level of disability. And given the lack of a uniform disability screening checklist for schools is extremely important. And Prashast mobile app is providing you something very useful and relevant in this regard. Now, let's get more information from our experts. So, my first question is to you, Bharti ma'am. Please brief us exactly what is Prashast mobile app and what all are we going to cover in this session.
Okay. So, as we have been doing in the last 3 sessions, we have been orienting our viewers about what is Prashast app, what are its significance, and who all can work on the Prashast app.
Right.
So, let me begin with that and give you the full name of the Prashast. It's an acronym.
Okay.
So, let's go to the PPT, the slide which will be visible to you on screen in a while.
Yes. So, yes, it's an acronym and that is something very important to know.
To understand.
Yes.
So, this is the logo of Prashast. It is pre-assessment holistic screening tool.
Okay.
And as you can see, it's a screening tool. That means it is an initial checklist that helps us in listing whether the child may have some disability or do not have the disability.
Right.
Whether the symptoms and behavior the child is manifesting and showing us in the school is related to some disability condition or some other challenges. And as you have very rightly said, all disabilities are not visible, they are not identifiable through naked eyes.
Yes.
So that is why this becomes so important. Let's move on. And this is our background of why we needed the Prashast. So what is universal screening? Universal screening is basically a brief assessment of all the students with a particular purpose in our mind. Say for example, we want to know how good a person is in vocabulary,
Right.
how good a person is in sports, or how a good person is in any other skills. So basically universal screening is for identifying or listing the tentative strengths and weakness of a particular child. And if it is related to disability, then it becomes universal screening for disability. If you are doing it for spelling, then it becomes universal screening for spelling. So you name it and you can do the universal screening for that particular strength. But our focus is on disability, so that is why we are doing universal screening for disabilities, and that is what Prashast does.
Right.
And why we need to do it? It is needed to be done so that the first level of identification, the first step towards identification and certification in the context of disability is screening, and that needs to be done scientifically and systematically without labeling or fear of labeling a particular child. So this is screening. What is universal screening? And what is the present context? The present context is today legally India recognizes 21 different disability conditions. And what all these disability conditions are, they are available in Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016. It's scheduled, and I am going to show them also to you. Just a glimpse of them, because I do not want you to stay with the disability labels. The purpose of Prashast is never to label a child, just only to tentatively list the disability conditions that the school may or may not have. So this is the present condition,
Right.
that we have 21 disability conditions, and it would be like if I ask myself that whether I am able to recall the name of all the 21 disability conditions, so I will say may not be possible for me even after spending more than 2 decades in the area of disability inclusion. So the teachers, the stakeholders in the school education, we cannot expect them to remember and memorize all the disability condition and the symptoms, behavioral symptoms. So how do we help them? We help them with coming out with the screening tool, which is Prashast. By the help of that, the regular teachers, the teachers who are transacting the curriculum, say teaching our children mathematics, science, EVS, languages and all other school subjects in the classroom and in the school setting, they need to be engaged in the screening process. Now, you may say why they do not have any disability studies, background or training or anything. They do not have the expertise. I completely agree. Even when the regular teacher doesn't have any expertise or training in the disability screening, still if they have Prashast in their hands, then just by going through the part 1 of Prashast, which is nothing but a checklist containing 63 behavioral symptoms. So by looking at these symptoms, by checking across these symptom statements saying yes and no, yes this is applicable to the child or not applicable to the child, you are able to participate and collaborate in the disability screening. This is how we answered this question, ki why we needed this screening tool. So this is the background of this screening.
Right. And ma'am, it is extremely important. Whatever you mentioned is so relevant and so useful, because we do need some kind of screening at the school level. And I think keeping in view the future requirements, this app was developed on 6th of September 2022. And ma'am correctly said that it's not about labeling any child or making anybody feel less of what he or she is. It's only about a kind of information that probably the school level is needed, so that we can provide necessary assistance to the children. And ma'am, where we can get this app from?
Okay, this app you can get from the Android store, Google Play Store. It's an Android app, so it's still not available in iOS.
Okay.
And if we'll come back to the PPT, it's here the list of all the 21 disability condition. It's
Right.
just on your screen for a fraction of a second. I'm going to move ahead. And these are the three stakeholders. This answers your question. These
Yes.
are the three stakeholders that can work on the Prashast app. They are the principal, teachers and the special educators. So their role, what are their roles and what they have to do will come to their details.
Yes.
And here, the screens on your, which you are able to see now, is the screen towards the left is when you write Prashast on the Google Play Store, then this screen opens up. Now don't forget the logo. The logo is a person is sitting on a wheelchair. Wheelchair is in purple or blue, and the person is in red. The limbs are in red and the head is in green. So this logo is the authentic Prashast app that you have to click on. Once you click on, then you are taken to the middle screen, which is a refresh screen. It refreshes within few seconds, and then you are taken to the landing page of the Prashast app. And on the landing page itself, we have the login like you have for any other app. Then you have the register as new user. Again, this feature is almost available in all the apps. Then here only, without even registering, without even having an account or creating profile on the Prashast app, if you look down, then you have Prashast FAQs. Now what is Prashast FAQs? Frequently asked questions. Users across nation keeps on asking us the same questions again and again. So the team collated those questions and provided answers. And so you can access these FAQs without even working on the Prashast app. Similarly, you can also have access to Prashast ebook right from the landing page. Many a times the users say, ma'am, Prashast is okay, but we are not able to work on it. We want to understand better what Prashast is. So for that, we can access the Prashast ebook right from the landing page, even without registering or creating your profile on the Prashast app. So to access the documentation, you need not create your login and account on the Prashast app. So these are the FAQs, and this is the Prashast ebook. So for FAQs, as you can see on the first screen towards your left, the questions are given in the lighter colored ink and the answers are in black color. And for the ebook, this is the front page of the ebook. So click on the Prashast ebook and it will be available for your use directly. So before I move here, we would like to bring Imran ji here, if you want to say something.
Absolutely. And so definitely you will join us shortly, and of course you will be giving us the demo. Any addition to what ma'am has already said? Imran said?
Yes. Yeah. So ma'am told us in brief that what exactly Prashast is and who is the stakeholder of this particular app, and why this app is actually needed in school education. And I would like to give a demo of Prashast app. You can find this app on Google Play Store. It's simply available there. You can search just a word Prashast, or you can search NCERT apps, and you will find the app there. It is not a too heavy app, but only 8 to 10 MB app is there. So can you please give me permission to share my screen? Yes, I got it. Okay. Thank you. So is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. So this is an Android device, and you can see the Prashast logo. The app is already installed on this device. It is actually emulator. So I am showing you. Same will be in your Android device. As soon as you click on this logo, it will go to the splash screen and take to you to the login page, login or register. There are two main buttons, and as ma'am said, there are two more buttons. One is FAQs and another one is ebook. So ebook is actually a flip book, so you can read in detail about the Prashast app as well as the whole project that is related to disability screening. So if you are using this app first time, you have to create your account. So click on register or create an account. There are three buttons you can see here: register with Google, register with Yahoo, or register with email. So I would like to highly recommend that you should use register with Google and register with Yahoo, because these are single click sign on buttons. So it will be very easy for you to create account, and there is no need to remember passwords or access to the OTP. And if you are using other email IDs like Rediff or Hotmail or any other personal school domain ID related emails, then you have to use register with email. So I will start with register with Google. So you have to click here. As soon as you click on this button, it will fetch the email ID which is already registered on your device. Like there are two IDs already logged in, so you can choose any one of these.
Right, sir.
Uh,
Sir, before you move ahead and you give us the entire instructions, it is very important for the viewers to know about this app, and I request all the viewers who are messaging us right now and just, marking their attendance. Please, we do not require that. It is very important that you ask questions directly and get your doubts cleared. Please make use of this precious time while the sir will move ahead and will give you a demo. Your questions are welcome, and you please use this time to ask questions and not to mark your attendance. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
okay. So as I already have my account, so I will use this button, that is login and sign in with Google.
Right.
So I will choose one account from there, like this one, and you will be go to the main screen, that is home screen. But if you are going to create your account first time, then you will be go on this page. So as soon as you create your account first time, you will be asked to fill your name. You have to choose the gender, and you have to choose designation. You can see there are three types of users: teacher, principal or headmaster, and special educator. So after watching this screen, you can imagine the stakeholder of this app. Only three users can use this app: teacher of government schools or private schools, and principal or school head, and special educator. And I would like to also share with you that if there is a single teacher school, so he is the school head also and he is the teacher also. So in such a situation, he should create account as a school head with the email ID which is given on UDICE, and use another email ID, that is his or her personal email ID, for creating a teacher's account. So you have to choose this one, then phone number, and continue. On the second screen, it's very important that you have to connect with a school. So please fill the school UDICE code where you are placed or where you are going to work as a special educator. So you have to fill the school UDICE code. If you do not know what is the school UDICE code, you should have to connect with your school head and fill that school UDICE code. Like I am putting a random school UDICE code and check UDICE code. So you can see the data of that school is there. But my school UDICE is this one. So I again click check UDICE code, and you can see the whole data of the school is there. There is a school name, there is a state, there is a district, block, address, and you can fill cluster if there is a cluster, or you can leave it blank. And you have to click on this check button. I hereby declare that the above information is true, and continue. And your account is being created. You have successfully created your account. This is the profile page, and you can see a green button over there. Actually, it's very important. You need this green button, that is the verification status of your account. So if you created your account as a school teacher, then you will be verified as soon as your principal verifies you. But I would like to tell you that the main person who has all the access and who has the powers to verification is school head. And that's why school head should always create his or her account with the email ID that is given on UDICE data of the school. If the same email ID is being used by the school head, then he will be auto verified. And after verification of the school head, he can verify teachers as well as special educators. So this is the simply verification process. You have to not ask for the verification to the block officers or district level officers or any other education officer. You as a teacher, your school head is your is the person who can verify you, and same is applied for the special educator. One difference is there. A teacher can only connect with a single school, but a special educator can connect multiple schools, and uh, for each school he have to be verified. After that only he can process the screening part too. So at this time we are watching just teachers process of this app. So on this landing page you can see there are 6 buttons. First button is start screening part 1, that is for teachers, and profile we have just seen it, and updates are the various articles related to Prashast app, and Prashast ebook, and about Prashast, and FAQs. So you can read the FAQs over there. If you uh, feel any problem, any issue, you can read these FAQs there. And there is alert button, there is settings button, so you can change day night mode also. So there is settings button, change password if you are using only email system with the password, or you can change the language as well. So like I am going to change to Hindi, so you can see the maximum lines are converted to Hindi. And contact us page, here you can find the call kare, PMeVIDYA, IVRS, etc. So again I am going to English. Okay. And share is also there. You can say, click on the share button, and you can share the Prashast app with your colleagues also. So you have to start the screening from this button. And as soon as you click on this button, you will find various sessions, and there is a button start new survey. So click on this start new survey and fill a detail of a single student. There are 2 options to fill the detail. You can fill, if you are using this app first time, you can fill directly detail of a student like name, gender. Let me fill a test detail only, like test, gender is male, DOB is like this one is DOB, and enrollment number, you can fill enrollment number, and class, and section. If there is no section, then you should choose A, and father name and mother's name. And you have to click on the add student. As soon as you click on this button, there will be an alert. Are you sure about submitting the details? And you can submit. So you have successfully added a student. Now you can start new survey. It means you can add another student or go back. So I am clicking on go back, and you can see the student is added there. And there are 3 dots which shows the status of particular student, like saved. You have not started the survey, so it's blank. If you have started the survey and submitted it, then it will be green. And final one is reviewed. If the screening part 2 is done by special educator, then it will be complete. So you can go back and see the details of students. You can see here in nursery class there are 2 students, in kindergarten 1 student, in class 4 there is 1 student, and class 8 there is 1 student. And you can see survey part 1 and survey part 2 information also is there. So this is the complete task have to be done by the teacher. Yes.
So we can see that it's a very user-friendly app. And it has been, I guess, the way sir you are explaining, I can say that, you know, this has been developed keeping in mind the objectives of National Education Policy 2020.
Absolutely. And you know,
Yes, of course.
National Education Policy 2020 has a strong recommendation for early identification and early intervention. And I said screening is the first tool towards identification and certification, and often we find states are facing difficulty in collecting the right data from the school level, because in the school we have two types of teachers: the teachers who are transacting the curriculum, like teaching English, mathematics and other curricular areas, and another teacher who are the special educator.
Yes.
Special educator are the teachers who have some expertise in disability areas. They are aware of the disability conditions, they are aware of the symptoms and all, but the challenge there is a special educator is expert of only one or two disability condition. So the rest of the disability condition, though the special educator might have read it during their pre-service class courses, but may not be thoroughly aware of all those 21 disability conditions. So Prashast divided into two parts. Part 1 is for regular teacher, that is a checklist for behavioral symptoms, and part 2 is again a checklist, but it is 21 different checklists, each one catering to the symptoms of a particular disability condition. And this part 2 acts as a ready reckoner for our special educators. So even if as a special educator you want to refresh your knowledge that what all disability conditions are there, so you can have a look at the part 2. And remember, in part 2 of Prashast, we have taken all the definitions from RPWD Act 2016. So you need not go back again and again and look at RPW. What is RPWD Act? Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. So we have taken all the definitions from there. And just now Imran sir has said about single teacher school. So Imran sir, there is a small query that the same teacher acting as a principal and acting as headmaster. So it's very true that as a headmaster he has to register himself or herself with the email ID of the school that is linked with the UDICE portal.
Right.
And as a teacher you'll have to register, the same person has to register with any other email ID. But what about the mobile numbers, sir?
Okay, so single mobile can be used for multiple accounts. On this phone, I am just created account with my email ID, and I am a teacher here, and I want to register as a school head there. So what you have to do, you should have to log out, and after log out, you can. I have already created both accounts, so I have to click on login, and I'm using sign in with Google. So like this ID is my principal's ID, and I'm going to submit it, and you can see I have joined this app with the email ID of my school principal, and you can see this is a little bit different than the teacher's home page. So you can use the same device for multiple accounts, and if you are using all the accounts with the Gmail, using Gmail, so in such a situation there is one hack. You can use it. Click on the icon, long click on the icon, long click on the icon and app info and clear storage. Some apps may create issue. In such a situation you have to clear the storage and again open the app, and you can click on login and sign in with Google, and you can see the list of the emails is there. So you can change the email, you can switch to another account. So in this way you can use the same device for multiple users as well.
That's great. And so this means that all those users who keep on asking us, madam, our mobile number is same, and they keep on asking us these questions through our help desk also or through our phone numbers also, that if the mobile number is same, then how to create multiple account both as teacher and the principal. So this is your solution. So this is going quite interesting, sir. I'll request you to kindly demo how a school principal or headmaster can verify the teachers and special educators.
Okay.
And please, sorry sir, and please also add how the headmaster gets self-verified, auto-verification of headmaster, because that is also a regular query that we are receiving.
So let me log in with my school headmaster's account. So If you are going to create your account as a school head or principal or headmaster, then you will see this screen. Like you have to put the name as teacher, you have to choose the gender, you have to choose designation and phone number and continue. And same, you have to put UDICE code and click on the continue. So you can see here the green tick is already there. But because the email ID which is being used here to create the account is also given on the UDICE code. If the email ID is not same, then the green tick will not be so there. And you have to ask to the person who is handling UDICE in the school to tell the email ID which is related to your school and match the both email IDs. And if they are not same, please create the account with the same email ID. It is very important that school head have to create his account with the same email ID which is given on the UDICE data. And after the verification of the principal, but that is auto verified. I would like to again tell you that if you are not verified, please check the email ID. The email ID is only reason if you are not being verified. There may be a single digit or single letter mistake can be there. It should be the same to same. Okay. So after verification of the school head, you can see on the landing page there are two more buttons, teachers and special educators.
Sir, I'll
So click
interrupt
on-
you here, sir, because we have a question with us. So, a viewer has asked that how can I update my profile if I'm a single teacher or a single headmaster in a school?
Okay, so if you are a single in a school that is single teacher school, so obviously you are a school head and a teacher also. So you should create two accounts. One account with the email ID which is given on UDICE, so that will be your school head account, and another account with different email ID that can be your personal email ID. So that will be as a teacher.
Right.
So in this way, and you have to verify yourself.
Okay.
Like in school we sanction our own leaves ourselves. Same to same you have to create the account here if
Right.
if you are in a single teacher school.
Okay. Yes, sir. Please
So
continue.
school head, there are two more buttons, teachers and special educators. So as you click on teachers, you can see the list of teachers who created their account and put the same UDICE code in their profile. So you can see there is a button verify, and on some names you can see the verified button. So if a teacher is verified, it's okay. You can assign a class. As a school principal, you can assign a class. After assigning the class, the whole data of that class that can be added by another teacher as well will be assigned to particular teacher. And if there is only a button verify, you have to click on the verify, and there will be a alert. Do you want to verify this user? You can cancel or you can verify. So click on verify, and yes, it is verified. You can see yes. So in this way you can verify teachers, and same process have to be followed in special educators tab. So as soon as you click on special educators, you can see the list of special educators. There will be not a long list in your scenario because we are just adding test special educators here. So there will be one or two special educator only. So you have to click on the verify and it will be verified. In this way, school head can verify teachers and special educators. The task of school head on the Prashast tab are not too much. School head have to verify the teachers and special educators, and he can download the reports from the Prashast tab, like download school data or like download class data. So you can download both the data in Excel format, and school head has the power to watch the survey. Like if there is a complete survey, let me see. In this class test, yes. So this survey is done by Imran Khan and view survey, and he can see that student have no disability, and the special educator who completed this survey is Asarani, and a special principal can view survey and download the survey also in the PDF format. So like this way, you can see it's a PDF, and it has the all data about the survey. So principal has such more powers to download the data. Yes.
Right, sir. Sir, since you have completed this demo, there is another question that we have got. The question is that if I'm a principal and I'm transferred to some other school, then how can I, update my profile on the app?
So if you are a principal of a school and you are being transferred, but your email ID is not transferred, so that is at the same school,
yes.
And the new school head will edit the profile, and he can change the name like test principal to, no, there will be not numbers in the name.
Okay.
So like test principal name and continue, and yeah. So now the another person has grabbed your all the powers as a school head. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the same thing will also apply Imran sir. Suppose I am transferred to a school B from school A. So I am leaving behind the email ID and Prashast login credential in school A, and when I go to school B, then what happens? The school B, now I am taking over that school B as a principal or headmaster. So automatically, if that headmaster has logged in on Prashast already, so I can get the Prashast credentials from that school, right, sir?
Exactly, you are right, ma'am.
And I can change my name also. Say for example, you are coming to my school as principal. So instead of my name, then you can add your name there. Just now you have shown us that
yes,
you have
name
added
and
new
phone
there.
number and gender you can change.
So
Yeah.
we can do that.
Right.
So that's very simple.
Very simple indeed, yes. So if viewers have more questions, we still have some time left, so you're most welcome. Please drop in your comments and questions on our YouTube channel, or you can also email us. We have another session tomorrow, so we can take the remaining questions there as well.
Okay. So Imran sir has demonstrated beautifully
Yes.
the entire app. I would just like to give a few small brief description of the role of each of the stakeholders on the Prashast app.
Sure.
So we have 3 stakeholders on the Prashast app. The very first is the principal. Principal needs to create his or her account, get yourself verified, and that is self-verified or auto-verified, and for that Prashast app looks for only 2 information. One is school's UDICE code, and another is the principal's email ID should be the same which is registered on the UDICE portal.
Sure.
So if the email ID and the UDICE code has the parity, the principal gets automatically verified, as Imran sir has also very nicely said. And once the principal gets verified, then principal's task is to verify the regular teachers and the special educators. Because unless or until the principal verifies the teachers and the special educators, they will not be able to work on the Prashast app. Why this feature? Because we wanted to protect the data of the children.
Right.
Because today data is our utmost
data
safety.
privacy is very important.
Yes. So we wanted to build in this.
All right.
This is principals. Now the regular teacher, what he has to do, or the teacher has to create an account, get himself herself verified by the principal, and then start doing the survey part 1. Once the survey part 1 survey for all the students of your class is done, that finishes the role of the teacher. Now what happens once the teacher has done, then all the surveys or the gradation also, if you have done survey for one student, that will be visible to the special educator. So the special educator will have a look at the surveys which are filled by the teachers, and then that special educator can give his or her opinion on the
Sure.
This is what the role of the special educator.
Yes, it is indeed very easy to use, and of course we have seen the features also, and I'm sure this is an app that any app for that matter needs continuous updation, because you keep on adding features to make it more user friendly, you keep on adding features to add something new, to offer something new to the users, and I'm sure this app has also been updated you know, during the course of its time. So ma'am, any information on that about some newly added features, some
Yes.
key highlights?
Definitely, I'm just trying to move my screen.
Absolutely, we'll see it shortly on the screen, because this is a very, very important app, and at the school level it is important to understand, you know, what disability is there in a child, so that we can provide them certifications. It is not just about it's absolutely not about labeling, but it's about making their life easier.
Okay, so I wanted to share very quickly 2 messages with our users.
Sure.
Many a times we also get questions from our users that our principal do not know, or they are not aware in the school what email ID they have linked with the UDICE portal.
Okay.
Because it's a long back scenario and they have started using the Prashast app recently. So how do they get to know about the school linked UDICE email ID? So if as a teacher I am registering, or as a special educator I am registering on the Prashast app, then I get this message once my registration is successful. So this is registered successful, and here you can see start now. Just after start now, it's a message that you have been registered on the Prashast application using the email ID, whatever email ID you have used, it's mentioned. And it also says we have sent a verification request to your principal at the email address. So the email address at which the verification request has been sent to the principal is the same which is given on the UDICE portal from your school site. So this is one way of finding about your Prashast app, your UDICE linked email ID for the school. So if this is the email ID, then you can work on it. Your principal can use this to create an account on the Prashast app, and UDICE code you might be having. So these are the 2 information that the app require.
And it's important to take the screenshot.
Yes, it is. That is why it's like take a screenshot of this page for
Yeah.
your future references. And very quickly, as Imran sir has demonstrated about all these things, you know why this message will come, which is coming on your screen. Here, this is part 2 screening. A special educator has clicked on start screening part 2, and suddenly the screen pops up, verification is pending. This means now till date, when you are trying to work on the Prashast app, your principal has not verified you.
Yes.
And unless your principal verifies you, you won't be able to work on the app. Again, this is the data safety feature. So once your principal has verified you, then you will be able to see your survey list, then you will be able to see the survey list class wise also. And now what you have to do as a special educator, this is very important for all the special educators and headmasters who are watching this program, and all the block resource persons and all the other officials. What special educators need to do? The part 1 by the teachers is very easily filled, but for special educators it's a little, very little upgraded version, and here more information is required from you. The very first screen on the from the left side I am starting, it shows class wise detail of the surveys filled. So we have Ajay. For Ajay, the data is saved, submitted and reviewed also. Reviewed means that the special educator has already reviewed the survey. Now for Anjali and for Chirag, for Anjali also the survey is completed. For Chirag, the survey is yet to be reviewed. That means the Chirag needs to still
Yes.
give, for special educator needs to still vet the observation given by the teacher.
Right.
So if as a special educator I want to see the profile of Chirag, then I will have to click on the profile and the next screen opens up. Now when the next screen opens up, you can see the basic information of the Chirag, then there is a view survey button, then there are disabilities observed in part 1.
Right.
So when there are disability observed in part 1, so what all are there? There are 3 disability conditions. These are the disability condition that app has automatically taken from the observations or statements checked by the part 1 survey. Now as a special educator, if I want to see what all statements has been checked by the teacher, so I need to go to the view survey button, click view survey button, and the third screen opens up. It gives you the statements that has been checked by the teacher in the part 1 survey, and the statement is this student is significantly shorter for his or her age. So definitely this is linked to dwarfism. Then as a special educator, what I need to do? I need to go to the 4th screen, which will come automatically if you will click on this next on the 2nd screen after going back from the 3rd screen. So the 4th screen says disability suspected after part 2. So here also we are saying suspected, we are not stamping that the child has this particular disability. So there is a drop down menu. If you click on the drop down menu, it will show you all the 21 disability list and also no disability. So you have to check one of the disability condition and then give your observation in the observations rectangle there, that why you are choosing this particular disability. Say for example, here for Chirag, if as a special educator I am choosing dwarfism, then I know dwarfism means short stature, and this child, due to his short stature, dwarfism may have problem in climbing up the stairs or walking around the school. So that will be the symptoms linked to locomotor disability. And similarly, this child may have problem in working on the regular size notebooks and all. So this child will require some help in doing that, and that is why the symptoms of SLD, specific learning disability, might be visible. So for me as a special educator, this child may have dwarfism. So all this logic that I have just given you, that needs to be there in the observation, that is there. And after observation there are 2 more buttons, start behaviors observed. Now what are the start behaviors? You know, when you see a child with some tentative symptoms, behavioral manifestations, and you feel this child require immediate help. So what are all those symptoms? Whether these symptoms are observed in Chirag or not, that are there in yes and no, you will have to check that. Now from where you can get the list of these start behaviors? Prashast part 2, which has 21 smaller checklists, each checklist dedicated to one disability condition. Those symptoms, those behaviors have the star marked there. These are the start behaviors. So please, special educators, please all the viewers, kindly have a thorough look at the part 2 of the Prashast booklet, so that you are more familiar with the start behaviors. So this is very quickly about all the 3 stakeholders.
Well, that's very nice and very beautifully explained. And ma'am, what about some new features, like the app is getting updated continuously?
Yes, the app is getting updated continuously. We are continuously seeking the feedback from the users and you know the new features. These are the new features.
Okay.
Like assign and reassign classes with these, beautifully demonstrated by Imran sir.
Yes.
Teachers can edit incorrect entries, they ensuring data accuracy. Then earlier we didn't had the alphanumeric UDICE code, which is made operational now. And it was a surprise to the entire team also, because we were relying that UDICE codes are only numeric, but suddenly some users shared with us that no, we have alphabets also. So alphanumeric has been enabled. Then single click sign on, more effectively functional now. And then earlier we were able to see data only in the form of preschool or pre-primary schools, but now we have separated entries for KG and nursery classes. And push notification for updates is also now effectively functional. So these are few of the new features that we have added. And here you can see how the school wise list of disabilities is consolidated. It's like number of disabilities, the number of classes in which they are, and the number of students. So this is the school wise list. And if you want to know, say in which class all disabilities are there, so this is how the app consolidates your class wise data. And both the special educator can and the principal can access this data. This data may not be accessible for the teachers, regular teachers. Why? Because we do not want to give too much information to the regular teacher about disability conditions, just for the fear of unscientific labeling. We do not want child to be labeled that this child is showing this behavior because of this disability condition. That is why we are refraining in talking about individual disabilities. We simply are focusing on the child as first policy. So we just want to save the child from the disability labels.
Exactly, and I think these data, all these statistics are very important because these statistics show that how beautifully the data is collated, keeping in mind the privacy of the child and also the future requirements and the assistance that a child needs. And I think, ma'am, we are done with today's session. Is there anything that you would like to add, or Imran sir would like to add, because we still have just 1 or 2 minutes left?
Yeah, definitely. All the stakeholders who are using Prashast app are requested to kindly use it more and more, and many a times most of the users are trying to work on the Prashast app simultaneously during their working hours, during their school hours. So what happens in that situation? The server gets too much loaded.
Yes.
So try working on the app a little away, little after and beyond your school working time, so that the server doesn't get crowded and the app works smoothly.
Right.
And even if you have any problem, any difficulty, we are available to ease out your questions and queries. The help desk email ID is being regularly checked. We are regularly reading your comments and feedback on the app store and trying to reply them there and then.
Right.
So
all the information is regularly also flashing on your screen, and that's about it for today's session. It was a special live program on orientation of stakeholders on Prashast mobile app. All the features very nicely well explained, and we understood how beautiful and user friendly and relevant this app is. For this entire discussion, for this entire conversation and making us understand the nitty-gritties of this app, we would like to thank both our experts, Dr. Bharti Kaushik. Thank you so much, ma'am.
thank you.
And also Mr. Imran Khan. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful contribution to the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And now it's time for us to wrap up this particular session, but we will be coming tomorrow with another edition. So please be ready with your questions, and your doubts will be sorted. Please pay attention and do send us questions in detail in bulk. We will be welcoming them. In a short while from now, you will watch another live and interactive sessions of ours on teaching learning interventions, and that will be aired shortly. And till I see you next, this is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you from this session. Namaskar.